What in the world? Monkey? Alright guys, so a lot of people have been asking me for another art critique video, and I figured, you know what? I wouldn't mind roasting you guys a little bit today, so that's what we're gonna do. So I've asked you guys on Instagram to put your artwork under the hashtag SamRoastMe, and we got 878 posts, which is insane. Like, do you guys want pain? If I don't get to you, don't worry. We'll probably do more of these in the future. Okay, so here's the first one. I think you did a great job on the lighting. I like the contrast and the vibrancy and the colors. One thing I want you to look out for though is the eyes on the character. Basically, one of the rules of thumb is you want to make sure the spaces in between the eyes is about the length of one eye, because as soon as the space gets a little bit too close, your character is going to start looking a little bit awkward. So even when you're trying to stylize a character, you still want to maintain some of these basic rules. Next victim. I think your rendering on the skin looks amazing. So really awesome. I like the confidence between the light and the shadows, but what in the world? What is that? What does that say? Quick study. How quick? That can't be that quick. No. He's just trying to show off. I really like the skin rendering on this. You've got the texture down really nicely. The proportions on the face looks pretty good. One thing, the hair is looking really soft. So if we're going into here, like I see you added some strands and I think that's a really nice touch, but I would like to see a little bit more of those sharper details in the rest of the hair, because as I zoom out and look at it from farther away, the hair kind of like starts to blend together. It looks like a really soft blob. That's something that I think could make your painting a lot better. Looks great. Good job. Okay, next victim. So I actually really like this one because you've got a pretty dynamic looking setup here. Like you've got the light coming from the outside and the shadow on the inside. It's like a pretty compelling story, you know. I wonder what's happening here. But one thing I want you to look out for is the lighting on the outside is obviously very strong. So when you have a strong light source shining through this small opening on the blinds, I think the shadow on the face of the character right there is actually going to be a hard edge shadow as opposed to the soft edges that you have here. So I think these blinds are going to cast a pretty high contrast and sharp shadow onto the face of the character. Ooh, monkey. Oh yeah, this is really nice too. It's such a dynamic pose and expression. I see you've got some nice hatchy brush strokes in there. You've got some halftone in there. I wonder where you got that inspiration from. I really do. I'm just kidding. Looks great. Good job. Ooh, look at the lighting in this one. Fantastic. The character looks great. Lighting looks great. The only thing a little bit wonky is that little teapot over there. It seems a little bit like lopsided, but I'm nitpicking at this point. Why so many people just come here to show off? Ooh, monkey. Ah, yes, this is my friend Felix. Only thing I would say about this is I would like to see a little bit more sharper detail in the hair. Love the way you did the colors, the stylization. The clouds in the background look great. Good job. You don't need to get roasted by me. Great job with the lighting and the rendering on the skin. Great job with the textures of the clothing and everything. I think that looks awesome. I like the shadow on the wall as well. But there's a big but. So I see that you're trying to stylize the character, okay? You're trying to exaggerate the proportions. One thing that's really throwing me off about this one is the neck is sitting at like the back half of the head. So if you look at a person, the neck is like this little pole that's supposed to support the weight of the head straight on. So if your head is sitting like way in front, your neck is just gonna collapse. So if I were you, I would actually move the neck like a little bit forward to make it so that it doesn't look like her head is about to fall over to the front. I mean, even with stylized characters and stylized proportions, you still want to respect the basic way that the human anatomy works. But good job. Oh, dank. Oh, that's pretty dank. That's pretty dank. Okay, so this one. Now, I think you did a great job with the coloring of the skin. Super vibrant. I really like that. The shading is nice and readable. I think the right eye and all the other facial features look great and in perspective. But when it comes to the left eye, I think that's where you slipped up a little bit. Now, if I were to cover everything else up, I think the left eye and the eyebrow there kind of looks as if you were looking at a person head on. So when you turn your head to a 3/4 view, your eye, the shape of your eye is actually going to change. It's not going to look the same as it would if you were looking at a person from up front, or as it would if you were looking at a person from a profile view. And the eyebrow here is angling down a little bit too much. That's also something that's throwing off the left eye for me, but good job. What in the world? We got a lot of Ross Joss fans here, eh? Shout out to Ross. Okay, this one is sick. And it looks like you just used the basic round brush for this. So that's great. I mean, good job on that. Character looks great, the lighting looks great, the background blur looks great. Good work. Love the lighting in this one. I get the feeling that you're trying to make the character look at the viewer. If I cover up the right eye, it looks like she is looking at me, but if I cover up the left eye, it looks like she's looking off to the side. So that's something you could work on a little bit. You know, if you ever wonder if your character is looking in the right direction, just cover up one eye, see where they're looking, cover up the other eye, see where they're looking, and if the two don't match up, then you got a problem. I keep seeing Billy. Oh, actually, you know what? This is a Billy shirt. Sponsor me, Billy. Okay, I love the colors. Great experimentation with the colors. I think that looks awesome. The sketch looks great too. Only thing is the proportions. You've got a small forehead, which is okay. And the nose and the eyebrows kind of match up. So if I cover up the bottom of the face, I think that looks okay. But you made the mouth and the chin area way too large. She looks like The Rock. I don't think you were trying to draw Dwayne The Rock Johnson here, but great job with the colors. What in the world? You kind of cute. Me. Look at this one. Are those my brushes? No, that's not my brush. That one's not my brush. Maybe you just did a really good job replicating it, in which case my lawyer will be in touch with you soon. I think the rake hatching brush looks great in the hair, and the halftone looks great on the highlight as well. But you want to try to avoid like this swirly thing here because it's really distracting. It's like a pattern that forms like a target and your eye kind of just goes towards it. So you want to make sure not to overdo it, but it's great. I like the way you're experimenting with it. And also these two little guys, you don't need that. Come on. What in the world? Okay, I get that you're trying to stylize the character, and I really appreciate that you're putting that effort in to break free from the realism trap, but there's definitely like a line, a very faint line that you don't want to step over, because once you get over that, you get to like the territory of like a little bit spooky looking. I feel like you made the eyes just a little bit too large, to a point where she might visit me in my nightmares tonight, but I appreciate your effort to stylize. Oh my god. Wait, this looks great. This is your first real digital? What are you talking about? This, what? No way. Okay, the lighting, the colors is just, who's that? She looks familiar. Ellie, okay, I think this one looks awesome. I love the painterly look you're going for. One thing is I would like to see a little bit more hard edges. I get that you're trying to go for like a very textured kind of look, but if you added in some hard edges to the silhouette of the character, it could really pop her out a little bit more. That's the one thing that I think is missing for me, but the character, the expression, the pose, and the colors look great. Oh, that's awesome. I love the stylization and the background and everything, and you've got this nice little halftone texture going on too. Good job. A lot of you guys don't even need critiques. Why are you putting your art? Oh, I know this guy. I would like to see you push the contrast between the light and the dark a little bit more, especially in areas like underneath the chin, under the nose. Even if you look at me right now, you can see there's that dark shadow and there's a light right there. I'd like to see you push that a little bit further. Don't be scared. The painting should be scared of you, not you of the painting. That was deep. Beautiful message. Well done. Sheesh. What, don't that look kind of familiar? So I'm just kidding, guys. I'm all for you guys trying to study my work. Gave credit in the caption, which is awesome, and I think you did a great job recreating the painting that I did. If I were you, I'd be a little bit more, confident with the brush strokes in the hair, so I'd try to add some sharpness to it. I don't know, looks good. Look at that beautiful shading on the skin. I love that. Now, I would try to avoid this kind of repeating pattern on the sweater. I know you used a texture brush. This is the reason that I don't like to use a lot of texture brushes, because they often create this kind of like repetition kind of look that's really distracting. Easy enough to fix. You just go back in with a different brush and focus on the values and the colors a little bit more. Yes, so I was looking at this one. Super dynamic, looks great. So the first thing is the hand. I get that it's in a foreshortened position, so it's a little bit hard to do. So the proportions look a little bit off to me, but what you can do to fix that is actually just pose with your own hand in the pose that you think the character is going to be holding it in. Take a picture or something with your phone and use that as reference. The second thing is in the face, and this is something that I've talked about before. So if I cover up the rest of the head, it looks as though the eye is being viewed from the front, but your character's head is actually turned to more of a 3/4 / profile angle. So you want to make sure that when you're drawing the eyes, they're matching the angle of the head and they're not just this frontal view of the eye. We tend to have this preconceived idea of what an eye should look like, so we just put that on our characters, but that's something that you really want to look out for. I'm having nightmares tonight. Okay, I love this one, but I would like to see a little bit more contrast between the dark and the light of the skin. I think if you push that just a little bit more, it's going to be a much more striking piece. And I would also like to see a little bit more sharpness in the hair. Obviously, I don't know what the reference photo looked like, but I see you got some strands here on this side, but this side is kind of like blurred out. I would either just blur the whole thing out or add some sharper strands to this side because it's a little bit distracting. My eyes just want to go there, and it kind of like takes me away from the face of the character, which I think is the main focus, and that's the part that you did really well. I just want to show off, like that's what it is, man. I just want to show off. Okay, this is a car interior, so I see you got sunlight shining through the windshield, and that's what's lighting the character. So with sunlight, you're gonna get a very direct light source with some very high contrast lights and shadows. So when it shines onto the red sweater here, you're actually probably gonna get shadows that are very sharp and very high in contrast. And it also puts some shadows on the back of the legs as well if the light is coming in from the front. What? What's with all these babies? I wonder where I've seen that before. Oh yes, look at that. Beautiful lighting, beautiful colors. I love the background. I think it's just missing a little bit of sharp, confident lines. You know, in areas like the arms, I can see you left a sketch in, and it's kind of like you went over the same area with 50 different lines. And it happens a lot when we're unsure of what we're doing and we're, you know, starting out with something. But I would actually just polish that up a little bit, use some more confident lines, and really just sharpen up the edges. Great job with the colors and the rendering. I think that looks awesome. That's literally a photograph. What? I like this. This is not my usual art style, obviously, but I can definitely appreciate this. The one thing that I would do if I were you is I would actually lighten up the background behind these characters so that you can see their silhouettes. Because when I first look at this from afar, I kind of lose sight of the characters. I don't even really realize they're there until I look very closely. So this is like a rule of thumb that you want to keep in mind, is when you're drawing characters in an environment, you generally want to create contrast between them and the background. So if you got a dark silhouette on your character, you want to put a light background behind them. And if you have a character in light, you want to put a darker background behind them. That's kind of like a general good practice. Next. Oh, that's a great environment. Nice. I like that. Okay, so this is like one of the basics, but when you're drawing a character's eyes, you want to make sure that the top lid is not up too high, because when you put it up really high, it means that character is surprised, they're opening their eyes really wide, and as a result, you're going to get someone who looks a little bit freaked out. Another thing is, when we're painting or drawing, we want to make sure that the darkest value is consistent across the entire piece. So you've got a dark gray in the hair for the darkest areas of the hair, but you've got a very dark, almost black kind of color on the eyes. It becomes kind of jarring because you've got this very dark value that is not present anywhere else in the piece. So if I were you, I would either use that gray on the eyes or use this black on the hair. Whoa, monkey. Guys, please draw the faces into your pieces. Don't run from your responsibilities. Yes. She's burnt, but she looks a little too burnt. I would try to avoid using like these very dark, almost kind of blackish colors on the skin, because they give kind of like a muddy look. So I'll try to avoid that. But hey, you know, if you're going for like a barbecue kind of look, y'all, but you, this is great. I love the stylization on this. People really do come here to just show off. Wait a minute. Is that Bruce? Ooh, this looks great. I love the way the character looks. I love the skin shading. I wonder who inspired you on that. Let's see. Kind of looks a lot like Sam Style. It do, and that's why I like it. Very nice. Raid. Is that how you say your name? The rendering is spot on. There's nothing I can give you on that front, but I think if I were you, I'd probably make the cranium of the character a little bit bigger. Yeah, because it looks a tiny bit flat right now to me, but I think that's about it. Good job. Okay, so that was a decent amount. Even if I didn't get to your work, guys, a lot of the points that I made in this video are applicable to everybody. So hope you guys got something valuable out of this video. Hope you enjoyed watching it. I hope it was entertaining, and I loved seeing all of your guys' work. So if you want to see more videos like this, let me know in the comments, and feel free to subscribe to my channel if you want to see more digital art content. Good work, everyone. Thank you for joining this. Thank you for putting yourself on the line. Thank you for sacrificing yourself for our entertainment, and I'll see you guys on the next video. I hope I wasn't too mean to anybody. Please don't take it personally. Honestly, guys, keep going, keep working at it. Good job putting your work out there. I admire it a lot. You're sharing your passion and your work with everybody else in the world, and we're all here to try to grow and improve. So good job, guys. You know what's something else we should do? We should go all the way back to the beginning of Sam Does Arts, and I should roast myself. Honestly, let me know if you want to see me roast myself. Yeah, some of these are like